Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tech with Heart. My name is Michelle Calloway, and I have on with us special guest, amazing special guest, Jill Lublin. And we wanted to invite her. She's going to talk to us about some really awesome tips today that's going to help you gain more visibility in your business. And I just want to thank you so much for tuning in to our Tech with Heart. We were supposed to go live a little earlier, but sometimes things happen, right? So anyway, I wanted to start off by just talking a little bit about why we are offering this Tech with Heart. We provide expert interviews every couple of weeks now, and we're really getting a lot of positive feedback from them. So Tech with Heart is an initiative, and it's all about empowering and enlightening and empowering small business owners so that you can stand out from your competitors by being more relevant with today's digital changing times. But you don't have to have it all figured out. Tech with Heart is here to guide you along that journey. So if you're overwhelmed and you're feeling overworked because you know that you should be doing things differently, but you just don't have the bandwidth to figure out what that is, Tech with Heart is a really great community to be a part of, because we bring on experts like Jill, who's going to talk to you about some disruptive techniques that you can be utilizing in your business today to start gaining more visibility and stand out and like Jill says, be known everywhere. So Tech with Heart uses emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, augmented reality. One of the tools that Revelia, my company, has created that helps business owners stand out is a disruptive video marketing tool that makes marketing materials come alive when they're viewed through the free app. So watch here. This app comes alive with a video message right on top of the image on the rack card. So that evokes all kinds of emotion when people see it. So you're building that authentic connection. Tech with Heart is about authentic human connection. How can we enhance this human connection through technology? And so if you'd like to be a part of our network, let me just share with you our link here. And you can join our mailing list. It's techwithheartnetwork.com. Please join our mailing list. You can be included when we have other experts that are going to be talking about other things. We've had people talking about 3D printing, artificial intelligence, sales. Who doesn't need to know more about sales, right? So anyway, please join us there, techwithheartnetwork.com. It's free to be a part of our community right now, so I hope you join forces. And if you'd like to partner with us, with Revelia or with Jill, we're all open and we love collaboration, cooperation. So with that, I want to just do a formal introduction to our dear, dear, awesome friend, Jill Lublin. Am I saying that right? Is it Lublin or Lublin?
Lublin, but you're close enough.
Okay, Lublin. So Jill is an international speaker on the topics of radical influence, publicity, networking, kindness, and referrals. She is a very kind-hearted person, very generous person. She's the author of 4 best-selling books, including Get Noticed, Get Referrals, and a co-author of Guerrilla Publicity. Right here. I love that one. I use this one as my note. It's like my workbook. I go through it all the time. And also, she's the author of Networking Magic, and her latest book, Profit of Kindness, is it went to #1 in 4 categories, you guys. So it pays to be kind. Jill is a master strategist on how to position your business for more profitability and more visibility in the marketplace. She's CEO of a strategic consulting firm and has over 20 years experience working with over 100,000 people, plus national and international media. Wow, right, guys? Are you so delighted she's with us right now? Jill teaches publicity crash courses, and as both live events and live webinars. In fact, she's got one coming up later this month that I'm excited. I'm going to be attending. And she also helps authors to create book deals with major publishers and agents, as well as obtain foreign right deals. And I believe was our last Tech with Heart expert that spoke to you about how to get your book published. So, being an author is a very big deal too, as far as gaining that impact and influence. So Jill, welcome to the Tech with Heart stage. Thank you. I know you're running around like crazy today and fitting us in, so thank you so much from my heart.
I am delighted to be here with you, Michelle. You are the heart-filled tech lady.
Tech with Heart, babes. Yeah, so Jill, maybe you can share with us a little bit. I know we have a very short period of time to be together today. You have this publicity background, and then we talked about how do you get known everywhere. So let's start with what are you seeing that the media wants from us to help us define what it is we should go to with the media as far as
So,
stories or whatnot.
yeah, thank you. I mean, listen, here's the deal about media. They want people who are experts in their fields. That's you watching. They want people who are savvy and can speak to perhaps changing trends, technology issues. In some cases. So it's really about up leveling what your message is to fit in with the times of what's going on right now, as well as have your own story. Like, what's the story that's powerful for you and connected to, and resonant with who you are? That must be so, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also always tell people, and I feel strong about this, be ready to jump into something maybe not what you think, or like, wow, that's an interesting card to play. And I'm purposely saying it that way because I think just that some people get a little too narrow about how they fit into the media, where, gosh, I can take almost any business and let's switch it a little bit. Like, I have a gentleman who's going to be in my publicity course. He owns a solar roof company. Well, solar roof, good for the planet. What do we do? How do we protect the earth? Maybe we talk about that. And, not necessarily all solar roofs. So that's really what I want, Michelle, people particularly to be thinking about. And that is, how do you expand your message, get wider, bigger, or in some cases, more narrow? And so that's a real key. And I want I call them PR antennas. See, that's my PR antennas. I want your PR antennas up and, watching for opportunity and watching for the ability to reach more people. And it may come in the most surprising packages. Like, it might be something really personal, and it might be something that the news is about so that you can fit in. That's one thing I really like people to pay attention to, is other ways that you could be fitting into the news, even though it might not be, your first thing on your mind, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it may not have occurred to you. For instance, the woman who had breast cancer, is selling olive oil, but really what we went into the media about was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And guess what happened? She sold more olive oil, right? By
Mm-hmm.
talking about her personal story. So I invite all of you to think about, where does your personal story, how could your personal story fit in?
I love that because it really is about one thing I've learned so much from Jill is that you have to think outside of the box. And that's what Reveal You is all about too. Innovation. If you're thinking like everybody else, then it's like dumb home, home, home. It's like, who cares, right? It doesn't stand out. But it's when you think uniquely and you do it different, like you were just saying, the lady with the olive oil, she had breast cancer, so she was able to relate to something outside of her product or her service.
Yes.
But by doing so and making it relevant, then she ended up selling more of her product or service. And so that's what publicity is all about. I know Jill's a master at this. Her brain just works differently. And I love hanging out with her because, you can glean nuggets of just awesomeness and wisdom. But yeah, thanks for sharing that. And if you guys, are out there and you're thinking, well, how can I be thinking differently? Just step step outside of yourself for a second and look at your story, and what is it that people might want to know about you or your backstory or anything else that is of interest. I mean, when you watch the news, you don't see a bunch of just product announcements. There's always a story. So be thinking along those lines. So thank you.
You're welcome. And let me just expand on that just a moment. And that is, I call it use everything you've got, right? So my
Yes.
Hispanic clients go to Hispanic media, Christian clients go to Christian media, Jewish clients go to Jewish media, and whatever else, let's find the media. And good news, there's media for everybody, that, connects to everything you are. So, for instance, I had a Pakistani man in my Los Angeles course, at publicity course, and we were going deep on this, and he said, "Oh, like, kind of like, oh yeah, I'm Pakistani." And then he did a Google search and found out there were 5 Pakistani newsletters in the LA area. He got in actually 3 of them and reached almost 40,000 more people using everything he's got. And, he's a business consultant. It's not like he does something particularly marketed to that marketplace. You don't have to. I just want you using all aspects of who you are.
Wow. And so then the next step is, okay, so what are some of these techniques? Like you're saying, there are different media outlets for different, perhaps, races, different ethnicities,
Exactly.
different cultures, different industries. So what are some techniques that you think that we could all utilize?
So the biggest, most important thing is to get clear on your message. And Michelle, if I had a, white flag to wave, this would be it. Like, you must get clear about your message. And frankly, what the media cares about when we talk about technique, they care about how it's relevant to their viewers, their listeners, and their readers. So that's what you need to talk about. Why is your message important and relevant to the viewers, the listeners, and the readers of whatever it is, blogs, podcasts, so all of it matters and all of it counts. And I want you all to be thinking, how can I be more relevant? What is it that's up, so to speak, in your industry? And or what could you be using in your story? And then know that the media, particularly in your local markets, wants to hear from you. They want to know who you are. They want to connect to you. They want to understand what you're doing and what you're offering so that you make a difference in your community. So I tend to like people to start actually local, because there's tends to be even more opportunity locally, meaning people in your community want to hear from you. And so that's a beautiful thing, and I highly recommend starting locally. Now, in some cases, funny enough, it might be easier to get publicity outside of your market. And if you're a nationwide product, or depending on what your business is in terms of service or reach, I'm all good for international. I'm great. Michelle's doing Facebook Lives, and this is publicity and reaching all of you in a different kind of way. So I want you to really think about, can you be doing Facebook Lives, making interviews happen? That's all publicity. That's a great technique.
So that is so when it comes to the technology, Jill, could you speak to us a little bit about what are some tools? I know that you said be clear on your message, try to get known in your own backyard, and so try and get local. I had somebody tell me the other day, well, take a reporter to lunch. They love to eat,
Right.
So then it's a matter of, okay, how do you find the reporters? So what are just some tools that you find yourself using? Maybe you can drop a few like URLs or something, or services that you utilize that are fairly inexpensive, perhaps, that a small business owner can start utilizing.
Sure. I like prwebdirect.com is a great place to send out press releases, for example. I like Google Alerts, and put your name into Google Alerts, so that when somebody is looking for your particular name or topic, there it is. And also what your profession is. So, for instance, mine would go under marketing and publicity. And then each one of my books would have a Google alert, like kindness and referrals and publicity and networking. Those are each 4 books, but that's the key words. So I love Google Alerts because it also alerts me. For example, when Profit of Kindness came out, what I frankly didn't know was that there is Kindness Week the 3rd week of February. Well, because I was in Google Alerts with a book on kindness, then I knew who was covering it. And so I think that's a really good thing to do, and excellent. Also, so Google Alerts, and I think you put that up there too, yes?
I just wanted to know about, so Google Alerts is a good notification system, but when it comes to you helping get the word out about yours, I put prwebdirect.com. I put that up there because that is
I saw that.
an outlet for you to be able to put the word out, right? That's what prwebdirect does.
Yes.
But I agree. Google Alerts, I use it like all the time. That's exactly how I stay in front of things. Google Alerts. Just use keywords, and it's free. It's a free service.
That's right. We
So
like free, and
yeah, and that's what I love. This, we're talking to an audience that's mostly small business owners. So we want to give them as many tools as we possibly can that they feel that is something that they can handle. We've already talked to them about thinking different, and making sure that you're clear on your story. And so PR Web Direct. But another one that you had spoken to me about before is Patch. And I'll put that up there.
beautiful.
Patch.com is a great source. Let's see, patch.com. I'll put that up there. Patch.com is a great free resource to you to be able to put out announcements. Jill, what is your policy on announcements? How often should you be announcing something about you or your business?
Well, I like every 60 days, but frankly, on things like Patch, you can do every 30 days. That's not too much. I'm just talking about when, for instance, if you're a member of a chamber of commerce, you probably should not be. And I say this with a bit of hesitation because, of course, I want you to be in their newsletter, in their send outs every 30 days. But honestly, it may get a little too much. And I say that because I've also actually tried it, ha ha ha, and I find that every 60 days is really good. So figure 6 times a year in your, whether it's whatever you're a member of, and in your local paper, there's a section called People in the News. Great place to be on it and in it. And what I find from a membership perspective, 6 times a year is really good to think about. Putting your announcements out. This is free. This isn't full press release, but it's more like special announcements about new staff, and as well as things like awards you won or nonprofit boards you're on, special recognition you get. That's great ways to create announcements.
Yeah, like I'm launching my book, Experts and Influencers, tomorrow.
Yay!
I'm going to be doing a patch announcement. So here you guys.
Oh, congratulations.
Experts and Influencers, the leadership edition, launching live to the world tomorrow. Get it for $1. So I'm going to put out an announcement about that on patch.com so that I have that link and everything will be active and people can hopefully celebrate with me that I don't even know. They just, they love the topic or whatever. So it's a great way.
Hey, Michelle, put the link on where people can order your fabulous book.
It's not, I don't have the link until tomorrow. The launch date is tomorrow.
Got it.
I will be putting it all over. I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives about it. I'm very excited about this one.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So those are some tools, you guys. Definitely do some regular announcements of and keeping people up to date. If you do have a newsletter list, do the same with them. That's publicity. You don't have to always be touting about your business in your newsletter. You shouldn't. In fact, most people won't want that. But it's definitely an opportune time to just throw in there something major that you're doing and you're launching or excited about. So what kind of content? You said know what it is that you, what are your, be clear on your message. So what kind of content do you find that the media is the most responsive? Is it press releases or is it emails? How do you get in front of reporters?
Well, a couple, listen, I had a woman who's a wealth coach, and we started the new year with a great story about how to build more wealth. And I actually had her call the radio station, the TV station, and they said yes to her in Salt Lake City, Utah, KSL, major station, a major affiliate. And boy, she was on for a 7-minute live interview, which is a long time, because of a phone call. So it's a bit intuitive on my end, depending on the client and frankly the information. What I notice about really timely things is I like people just to pick up the phone. Oh my gosh, yes, pick up the phone and call, because you know why? Funny enough, Michelle, because most people don't do that.
Yeah, it's disruptive because
exactly.
Nobody's doing it anymore. So the definition of disruptive is doing it differently enough that people go, whoa, that was kind of wild. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Like the human voice. Wow, what a concept. So in some cases, I will have people pick up the phone. Usually we'll create a press release that encompasses a full story of what the business message is about, which of course takes, a little bit of focus and time. And then that can be served via email. And then I like phone follow-up because it's disruptive. Everybody's getting a ton of emails, so you got to disrupt. And the voice does do that. So I like that really well. I like disruptive headlines in terms of subject lines in an email. Like it's got to make them stop and go, whoa, and that means confrontive oftentimes, or a little bit of, oh my gosh, like when you read a headline, you want to go, oh my gosh, let's keep reading.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Now we have to get a reporter's attention, and they have tons of fabulous good information coming at them. So the point and what sticks out is what's relevant to the news that's happening now. So they're always looking for sources. And you have to define and kind of, what would I say, put yourself out there as a source and be bold. I mean, I know this sounds funny, but people are like sometimes afraid to promote themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I'm really big on is when you know your message and when you're clear about how to reach the media, what happens is your confidence really increases. And even if it's not so increased in the moment, it's one of those, you got to be willing to step out a bit. And I think that's important. You know what I'm saying? Just to step it out.
Yeah, you gotta be confident, and I gotta tell you guys, if you are considering and when you would like more publicity, this is one of the best ways to promote your company. It's social proof. Having others, interview you or get you on their radio station, or I mean, just proving yourself to be of story worthy is so huge. Really, it is. And if you're looking for an inexpensive and highly influential way, learn about how you can get into more media. There are some places that want to charge you to get published in certain things, and you don't have to go that route. Jill is phenomenal. She's got a publicity crash course coming up. Jill, can you speak to that a little bit? If anybody's in the San Francisco Bay Area, she's doing a live event. And then if there's a virtual event you'd like to share a little bit too about, Jill, please share.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So I teach a publicity course. This is a no nonsense, get it done, get your publicity actually done within the course. And I offer it both as a live Zoom, so it doesn't matter where you live and what you're doing. I can support you in an interactive live get it done course. And we do have a live location coming up in the Bay Area, June 26th, in Los Angeles, in San Diego, and in New York, as well as Dallas, all coming right up as live events. And you can come to any of those or take it live on Zoom, whatever's convenient. Point is, we're going to get your publicity done. That's the most important thing. And for that, go check out publicitycrashcourse.com and put in the code super duper. Maybe you can write that one too, Michelle.
I am also showing them the publicitycrashcourse.com free gift /
Fantastic.
Is that different than the whatever?
Yes. Yes. So for those of you who are ready to take the next step and really do it, Michelle, you've actually taken the publicity course with me. Was that a valuable experience for you?
It's so valuable, so valuable. I'm taking it again. I mean, guys, this is the real stuff. This is where the rubber really meets the road. And I loved earned media. Earned media meaning that you're not paying somebody to do an interview with you. They're actually coming to you saying, I really like who you are and what you stand for and what you're doing. Can I share your story? Hello. That's like the best method of marketing ever.
That's so right. And does it get you prospects and clients? You bet it does.
Oh, yes.
And yes, credibility and trust. Oh, my God. Yes.
Credibility up the roof, influence up the roof. So I definitely recommend. Jill is just somebody that I've happened to our paths cross so many times. I'm just like, why we are doing it together. So Jill and I are like buddies. We're going to hang out. We're going to continue to promote each other because we're believers in the whole, like, hey, let's all reward each other. You're all doing phenomenal things. And that's what Tech with Heart's really all about too, is how can we enlighten and then empower. And it's all through a vetted referral network. So I very much recommend working with Jill if you are interested in upping your game in the publicity arena specifically. So
thank you, Michelle. Let me give them. And so put down publicitycrashcourse.com /registration. And because Michelle and I are buddies, and I've had the blessing of working with her, she's so awesome. I would like to give your people an incredible code, which gives them pretty much 2/3 off the price of the course.
What?
And
That's
yes,
awesome.
yes. So we're going to
Okay.
do the code super duper. I know you and I, so it's SUPER duper,
Okay.
DUPER, all lowercase,
All
all
right.
for your people.
So let me go and add that now.
Thank you so
And
much.
so use code. Hold on. I have to delete that. Use code super, all one word, duper.
Super duper, all lowercase.
Okay, and I'll put that in the comment section of the post as well, so that people have that, whether they watch the video to the end or not. That is a phenomenal offer. You guys, well worth it. I'm telling you, it'll change the whole perspective of everything that you do. And Jill's just phenomenal. So thank you so much for your time today. And I hope that if you are watching and you have any questions, please post those questions in the Tech with Heart Facebook group. Jill will get a chance when she has time. She'll come back and she'll be able to answer those for you. And thank you so much. I know, Jill, you're traveling, you're moving and shaking. So thanks for joining us today on Tech with Heart.
Such a pleasure. Mwah.
Right, bye-bye. Take care, you. Bye-bye.